it looks like we made it. I promised I was ready to start filming as soon as 3:30 hit, which was the time that I planned to start this live. But I just had a lot of issues, okay? Sometimes that's how life is. And I'm here now, and that's what matters. So yeah, looks like everything's pretty much set up. So yeah, today we're going to talk about the third quarter moon in Aries, which was yesterday, July 1st, around 2 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. EST. And even though it's been a day, you know, the third quarter moon kind of like starts the last major moon cycle. So I feel like its effects can be felt throughout the entire week. So how today's going to work is I'm going to explain to you kind of like a little bit about the third quarter moon, what it means that it's in Aries, and then I'm going to pull probably like 3 cards just to see what we are readjusting and reassessing this week. And then after I do that, if you guys have any questions, either about the third quarter moon or really just about anything in general, drop them in the chat and I should be able to see them. And yeah, so feels good, feels like a good plan. So I have here the third quarter moon moonology card. It says on the bottom, adjustments are required, and that is because the third quarter moon, like I said earlier, is the last major moon phase that was started, like of the month, that was started with the new moon. So during the third quarter moon, basically we look back on whatever we've done the past 3 weeks since the last new moon and decide what we're going to do in the next new moon, which is 1 week after the third quarter moon. So it's all about assessing or reassessing the things you've done and adjusting or readjusting the things you will do based on this assessment that you've just made. This third quarter moon is in Aries. What's Aries all about? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So I feel like, at least for me, the most classic Aries thing is about just like drive and doing things and starting things, you know, because it's the first sign. So I feel like Aries is, I'd say more so than the other fire signs, even though obviously the other fire signs are also really passionate. I think Aries is about starting, you know, so you might have recently started something or you're about to start something, and these reflections and readjustings might be about this thing that you started. Aries can also be about our identity as the first sign of the zodiac, so you might be readjusting and reassessing things about your identity. And like I said earlier, it's a fire sign, so it's also about passion, so you can be readjusting and reassessing something about passion. That could apply like to each one that you, to each one of you that's watching. You could be in one of these categories, or 2 or 3, but we should be able to get a little more detail with the tarot. So without any further ado, let's get started. The Emperor at the bottom, great start. Okay, so please, Spirit, for the people watching this video, what are they reassessing and readjusting for the third quarter moon in Aries, which happened yesterday? So I'm going to take this one, and this one, and this one. So let's see. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the 5 of Pentacles, wow. And we have the 2 of Pentacles, wow, Pentacle heavy in this fire sign time. So Pentacles, it's the sign of Earth, so it often symbolizes like money and stuff. I'm gonna put these cards up so so I don't have to keep holding them up for you. You can see if I put them like this, right? Yes, you can. Perfect. Even though I guess the thing is flipped, so you probably can't even read it, but whatever. So, starting with the first card we pulled, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is about like working really, really, really hard and then being really tired, but persevering anyway, even though you're tired. Since this is what you're readjusting, to me, I think you're actually finding balance so that you can like manage your stuff more easily and more fluidly instead of just getting to the point where you burn out and then you're exhausted and then you need like do nothing for however many days and then you're like work, burn out, you know? So finding a way to get your stuff done in a more balanced way, you know, that doesn't lead you to this place of burnout and exhaustion, because even though you're very strong and you can handle it, why do that? You know, just be nice to yourself. It's nice to be nice to yourself and not work yourself so hard. So I think you are readjusting that part of yourself. We've also gotten the Five of Pentacles here. The Five of Pentacles is about financial poverty. As you can see, it's a woman hugging this baby. And since this is what you are reassessing and readjusting, and the third quarter moon tends to be a very introspective energy, it's not like the first quarter moon where you're like going out and doing stuff and whatever. To me, this means that you are readjusting your own attitude towards money or lack thereof. Maybe you've had a lack mindset for a while, 5 months, 5 years, and you are starting to readjust that and reemerge into your own abundance, even if not materially yet, at least in your own thoughts and in your own energy, which is the first step. Yeah, I think this is the main thing that I get from this card, just readjusting that lack mindset, that feeling of not having enough, no matter how much you actually have. And lastly, you've got the Two of Pentacles. That is this woman balancing 2 coins and also balancing on 1 foot. 1 second, I need a little water. Excuse me. So, the last thing you are readjusting is very similar to the first thing with the finding balance and not working as hard. This woman is balancing those 2 coins, and they represent the different sides of her life or the different tasks, jobs that she has to like keep on top of. And she does it fairly easily, you know. She's also even only standing on 1 foot. It's almost like she's dancing, you know, she's having fun with it. And you're entering this stage of balance and doing things in this more, I want to say fun and carefree, but it's not totally fun and carefree, because it's not like she lets the pentacles drop, you know. She's still responsible and keeping the pentacles where they need to go, but she's having fun while doing it. And that's what you're rebalancing in your life. Is there anything else I want to say about her? I don't think so. I think that's it. Taking all 3 together, you know, like I said earlier, it's the 2 Pentacles really indicate a strong focus on the material here. And with the 9 of Wands, I think you're readjusting your attitude towards the material and how you try to create it. No longer you're going to try to create it by hard work and persistence and suffering, you know, no pain, no gain. Now you are going to create it with balance, with responsibility, but also fun with balance, like I already said. So yeah, that's what I've got for you. It doesn't look like any of you have any questions. How long has this been? Oh, it doesn't tell me. It's a mystery. It hasn't been very long, right? Just 5 minutes. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. I was also going to pull you one advice card for the week. And then I'll close this out. On the balance, I want to be up here. Wow. Interior design is my passion. Okay, for some reason they're facing different ways, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, Spirit, for everyone watching, a card that will give them some helpful advice or guidance for this readjustment. I was gonna pull it myself, but these two just jumped out, so I guess this is funny because these are such seemingly whatchamacallit, like opposite, or like things that don't match, incompatible. These are two so like seemingly incompatible cards, but I actually think they're complement each other and this message very well. So the first one, damn. So the first one is solitude, and on the bottom it says, in silence, peace prevails. And that really makes sense with the third quarter moon, because like I was saying, it is a very introspective moon. It's a very introspective time of the month. And yeah, it's true introspection that you're being able to change this internal attitude that you have of financial poverty and like hustle, 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 you know? So they're encouraging you to embrace that solitude and embrace introspection so that you can get the most out of these realizations and really internalize them a lot, you know? And then your second card is great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. So maybe this is for those of you who, when I was talking about the Nine of Pentacles, and I was like, you know, you've decided not to work as hard, not to dedicate yourself to your project so passionately that you burn out. I think this great adventure card is Spirit saying, you know, keep going forward, you know, just do it in a more balanced, a more peaceful way, but still take the risk to do the things that you're passionate about. This isn't like give up on your passion, you know? And for those of you who might have been hesitating to pursue a passion because of this Five of Pentacles feeling of lack, like, I don't have enough money to do this, I don't have enough talent to do this, I don't have the connections to do this, I don't have the resources to do this, the energy, the time, whatever the lack that you were feeling was, as you allow yourself to embrace the solitude and have these readjustments that will give you the strength and the courage to take a risk and venture forward, because that's what makes life fun, isn't it? Just taking risks, venturing forward, discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Last card. I don't think I'd ever flipped this card before. Oh, it's interesting. You see how it's like two men going one way and then one man going the other way, and like the younger man is like listening to this old man like point the way, but this other man's going just like, no, I'm gonna go my own way, you know? And I think that's what I was saying with the venturing forward thing, you know, take a risk, you know, take the road less traveled, and it will pay off. And even if people around you can't see the truth and can't see the brilliance of your passion, you stand in the light of truth. You know the truth, and like this man, your greatest happiness, you'll find your greatest happiness if you continue on your own trail, regardless of what the old people or traditions or other people in your life think you should do. You know the truth. You stand in the light of truth. So yeah, everyone, this was a third week quarter moon video for the third quarter moon in Aries. I hope it was helpful. I thought it was really helpful and it resonated with my own life. And I always like it when that happens. And I always feel like that means like, okay, the message was good. And hopefully you agree and you also think it was a good message and it resonates. And I hope this is helpful so that you can use the energies of these third quarter moon to achieve whatever mindset or whatever balance or whatever passionate project you would like to achieve. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.